Hi, good morning, everyone. This is EstaRa with a message for you today. Wow, a lot has happened in this first week of August since I recorded my last video for all of you with regard to twin flames. So much has been transpiring. Magical things, amazing things have happened, and I want to like quickly bring you up to speed to a lesser degree than I will in another video. But right now, I'm still digesting all that's transpired over the last several days. So, um, wow, last video I told you how things were kind of like moving in and I was in like a sluggish mode. Well, that was on, I think, August 1st and 2nd and 3rd. I felt the energy had really shifted, truly shifted in a way that um, I was hoping for, but I didn't know. And somewhere inside of me, my soul anticipated it. And on the 4th, things have moved so quickly. It's already the 8th. I can't even tell you how quickly it is. Um, on the 4th, magical things happened. My twin flame turned a corner and stepped into his power in a way that I have hoped for and wished for such a long time. And I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. I'm trying not to though. I'm trying to hold that back. Every time I think about him and what he did and what's happened, it brings tears of joy to me because it's something that I've been hoping for. So, before I talk more about that, I want to really talk to you about what the most important message is of today. We are in the Lion's Gate, and I got to tell you, the energy is magnificent, and I have not slept for like days now. Um, I feel like so much has transpired and I don't even know where to begin. Originally I was going to do this just about the Lionsgate message that I received, a dream I had last night, but this is going to be a chock full video of information, I think. So I'm going to go back to the August 4th. So August 4th, 5th, my twin, he's stepping in his power, and I am so proud of him and so grateful for the time that we're in and the miraculous time that we're in because I feel like only good things are coming forward. And it's funny. I know I don't look like ecstatic and happy. I don't know. I look tired, I think. But I am inside. I'm jumping and doing somersaults and jumping jacks and excitement. And I always feel sadness when I part. So I did see him on the 4th, and it's the first time I've seen him in 2 years, and it was amazing. And I'm so grateful and blessed for him. I love this man so much in a way that I've never loved anyone. And I feel like it's only the beginning of what's to come. Now, he came to me and he left, and oh, it was different than any interaction we've had before. And when he was leaving, he turned to look at me and he said, "Are you going to be okay?" And he goes, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yes, I'm just," and I started crying and I said, "I'm missing you already." And I wanted to like run back into his arms and tell him how much I loved him, but I did enough of that. I thought, but the truth was I knew he needed to take a breath and receive everything that he needed at that moment to go. And it just gives me hope and promise. And I haven't spoken to him since. Um, but since then, some miraculous things have happened, like incredible things have happened. So um, I cried a lot. I spent pretty much the whole day crying the next day. Tears of sadness for him not staying, him leaving. Tears of happiness and joy for him doing what he did to come here and step through his fear to come here. And um, I'm just so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. It gives me hope that everything I've been doing, everything that I've channeled, everything that has come to me, even through my readings that I've offered to all of you, it gives me so much hope and happiness for what's about to transpire on our planet in a global way, not just individually and with twin flame couples, although I feel it's a big deal for twin flame couples. So I'm excited. I'm overwhelmed by all the emotions and energies right now. So um gosh, it's been several days, 4 days, not several, but 4 days, and I'm still digesting and adjusting to some energies, and that was powerful. So Friday, as I mentioned, I cried a lot during that day. I did seek out some support from some friends, which they were really helpful, um, to the extent they could be. And then by Friday afternoon, I felt the release of, oh gosh, I'm elated and I'm so excited. So I feel like he grieved and he struggled on Friday as well. And by the end of the day, he started to give himself props for being able to come to me and stepping into his power. So that was really magical. I had a reading scheduled for Friday evening, and I did it. And the person I did a reading with recorded it, which is so awesome. I need to find a way to do that for all of you. So when I do my readings, we can record them somehow, because it would be cool, I guess, for people to listen to readings that I do. I know when I'm in session with somebody, I'll say, write this down, keep this down for later on. Really important. Don't forget this part. Um, I know for myself that I don't usually record readings that I've had done over the years, because when I feel like I get what I need at that time, and I really try to stay out of my head with intuitive work, in the sense of, if I record a reading, I'll play it over and over, and I don't know that that's necessary, and I don't think that, I don't know. I've always been a believer that what you get is what you need to have at that moment in time, and what you remember is what you need to remember, and everything else might have been superfluous because it didn't stay with you. I say that, but I don't know. I mean, that's how I feel. Each of you may feel differently. Well, anyway, the reason I'm telling you all about this reading is she recorded it, and in the middle of the channel, in the middle of the reading, I channeled a message regarding specifically the Lion's Gate, and that's really what I wanted this message to be about today. But I feel like I can't leave out all the things that have happened. And I'm only giving you spurts of it because I can't give you everything, nor am I supposed to give you everything. I feel like some of the stuff between my twin and I need to stay between my twin and I. So on Friday during the reading, so Lionsgate energy is the most magnificent, powerful time. It is almost like, I don't even know how to explain it. I didn't really recognize the Lionsgate as much as I did until after I went to Egypt in 2011. And I feel like Lionsgate energy is directly connected to Egypt. It's like the gateway is comes to Egypt. And many times I've channeled and I've done meditations and work. I'm sorry, I have tears still coming out. Um, I've done a lot of work in Egypt through being there when I was there in 2011, but also doing work from here when I go to sleep at night, with my crystal Abi that I use when I channel. Abi is from the Temple of Abydos in Egypt, and so I do a lot of work that way. One of the things that I channeled last year was, or in the last couple of years, when I've done meditations during the Lionsgate energy, it's basically, it opens a gateway in Egypt is what I see, and it hits the planet there and then bounces up and reverberates to everywhere else. And I feel like when it comes directly to me, I usually channel an Egyptian goddess, and so I often channel goddess Sekhmet, which is funny because she's the lion's head goddess if you've seen her. And I say it's funny because before I went to Egypt, I knew really very little, or if anything, about the goddess Sekhmet. And when I went to Egypt, I felt a resonance with her. And I found something someone purchased on the trip. I didn't know anybody, by the way, when I went there, so it was kind of cool. We just made family that way. I met this woman, and she had this beautiful little, I think it was like a magnet or like this little symbol of Sekhmet, and it just resonates with my soul so deeply. And I'm sad because I forgot who had it, and I forget I've never seen another one like that, and I should have bought it when I was in Egypt. But I didn't realize my connection to Sekhmet would be so strong and so powerful until I returned. Um, So if you look in my blog, you will find lots of information about Egypt and the goddesses that I interacted with and worked with there, and particularly with Sekhmet. So I left a garnet crystal with Sekhmet. I gifted her with that. And no, actually, it was a ruby. I'm sorry. I left her a ruby, and when I left the ruby, it was like a gift to her so that she would work with me. And she asked, like, if you leave me a gift, I will gift you with willpower, determination, and I can't remember now. My goodness, I just blanked out. But it was this powerful, powerful energy. And since then, she's worked closely with me, particularly during the Lion's Gate. And so the other evening, I channeled a message and it was recorded. And I'm so grateful. So when this client emailed it to me the next day, I wanted so badly to transcribe it, but so many energetic things were happening to me, and I never got to transcribe it. And so I had a wedding I performed on Sunday, which I was preparing for on Saturday, and I had a class on Saturday night, and I was at a wedding all day yesterday, wiped out, exhausted by the end of the day. Um, Never got to transcribe it, and so that's why I'm recording it, because usually I would transcribe, and perhaps I will later. Not sure yet. Just looked at the time on this, it was 11:11 when I said that, so perhaps I will. Um, but I felt like it was more important for me to get this out to you today. So the Lions Gateway opens around the 5th until the 11th of August. But the real gateway date is 8/8, and that's the gateway energy, if you will. So I'm getting this out to you today. You still have time to utilize the information. I really, really encourage that you listen to this. It's such a very important thing. Um, and let me read. I'm going to read it to you, which is funny because I don't channel reading. I don't read my channels, but I have no choice because I'm not in channel mode and I channeled it already. Okay, so this is the Lionsgate message for 2016, and I want to preface this with also 2006 88 the Gateway 88 Lionsgate is so important because what it does is it gives us the it gives us the ability to kind of manifest for the year ahead. And I've heard it called once before the galactic year. It's really funny. So I was raised Catholic. I'm very Christian. I had a Christian upbringing, being Catholic. But I always resonated with September being like the new year. And I know people say, oh, that's because you went to school in America and school starts in September. It's not that. In my head, I would literally see a calendar around September becoming the new year. And my soul is very connected to Judaism. I've been Jewish in several previous lifetimes. So a lot of my energy, um, healing stuff, when I went to Egypt, I saw that as well. A lot of my stuff is channeled through that kind of timeline, if you will, that time period, the beginning. And so it resonated when I started studying Judaism several years ago that Rosh Hashanah is in September. That's the Jewish New Year, and I was like, wow, this resonates with me on so many levels. And my God, I'll tell you in another video because there's so much information about that. Uh, but I clicked so well to that, and it really came in truthfully to me. And I said, wow, I get it now. So that was like the new year for Judaism. And it's a lunar calendar that they actually follow. Um, the Lion's Gateway is 8/8, and it opens the gate to creating the galactic year, the new year. So I find that really interesting and amazing because if you think about it, what happens in this August sets the tone forward for the rest of the year. Oh my God, how incredible! Um, and it's been like that every year, and it's been like that for the last several years that I've been really in tune um, with the Lionsgate energy. So I'm sharing that with you because I think it's important for all of you. So let's look at the channel. The Lionsgate Message 2016. This pertains to all twin flames at this time. Each twin flame couple at this time has the power of manifestation on their side. It is with the energy of their truth that each couple can manifest full physical union into this lifetime, into this frequency and timeline. It is the task at this time for each awakened twin to stay in their power and their truth. By the way, that's all of you. In their power and truth, they can create the reality that they choose. When they diminish their power and give it away, and diminish their power and their truth and give it away, they are unable to create directly. And therefore, the development of blocks and obstacles get placed in their way. And they are and they will become amplified by the energies and entities that do not want to see the couples come together. Here, I would say read dark energies. Um, Anybody who doesn't want twin flame power here. The planet is reaching a new point, and at this time, the time of the Lion's Gate is about manifestation, willpower, and determination. Trust in that knowledge, for that is where you are able to make your manifestations and wishes from. That is the only place to make your manifestations and wishes from. Do not be afraid, dear ones. Do not be afraid to embody the ancient wisdom that is yours and your beloveds, for that is what is here now and accessible now in this timeline and in this Lion's Gate energy. Each twin flame couple is going through a crisis of their soul, for the twin that is not awakened is in the process of awakening. They are in a crisis time, which puts them out of balance and out of alignment of their inherent manifestation powers. Therefore, that is why it is so important as the awakened twin. It is your job to stay in balance and alignment, to use this energy of willpower and determination to make and create the manifestation of your union. It is so imperative. Let me just briefly say you need to hold it. You need to hold the frequency and vibration of what you wish to happen. We have now entered the Lion's Gate. It is imperative to use this energy at this time to come together with your soul and create from that energy. It is so, dear ones. It is so. I am the goddess Sekhmet. That is the Lion's Gate message that they wanted to impart to all of you as of Friday evening. We are still in the Lion's Gate for the next few days. Please look inside of yourself and gather up your courage, your strength to move forward. That was the word: courage, willpower, determination. Sekhmet had given me in Egypt. Gather that up because you need to use that now. Capture this energy and really, really come together in connection with others. So, I want to emphasize a couple more things with you that happened over the weekend. So, that was on Friday evening. Saturday, I had so many things going on. I'm also working with Lightworkers Energy for healing Gaia, but healing the United States, particularly the political process. That is something that is my background, my twin's background, and we are bringing that together in our future. It'll be integrated as part of our mission. So while he's still awakening and going through his changes, I am doing that part of our mission now. So that's why you see Lightworkers post on my YouTube. So I did that on Saturday morning, was really being attacked by dark energies because major things have happened. And then I found there was like a block to my twin sacral and root chakra. And it was a block that I had heard of and seen before a few months ago when I was doing a meditation with a group of friends, and I did work on it, but it didn't go away, and it showed up again on Friday evening. So Saturday I was given guidance as to how to do this. I had a friend assist me through this, how to assist him, and let me just preface this by saying holy shit. That's the only words I can use. It was miraculous. It was incredible. Holy shit. Powerful, powerful, powerful. And those of you who know me know I curse every now and then, but that is like the biggest way I could describe it. I was in a meditation for about 2 to 2.5 hours doing this. I thought it was 20 minutes, honestly. When I opened my eyes and saw where I was and what time it was, I was like, holy crap. It was like 2.5 hours. So, let's just say that I was assisting my twin flame in awakening fully his Kundalini energy because he had been repressed and shut down from that in his experiences in this lifetime, also previous lifetimes. So, in awakening his Kundalini, I don't know if any of you awakened your Kundalini. When I used to do Kundalini yoga in the 90s, that was my favorite form of yoga, and I did yoga for years and years, and I still do it, although I'm still trying to get back into it because my body is still recovering from a car accident. But when I first awakened my Kundalini, holy crap, it was powerful. On my own, it was amazing. And then when I went to, and then I didn't really think much about it because I did yoga all the time and I was working with Kundalini energy and breath work. And then when I went into Egypt, I connected with my Kundalini again, and it was like amazing experience. The first time in years that I had such a profound experience with Kundalini. And that was in 2011. Worked with that again for a few years, and then I had a car accident and did not work with Kundalini for a while, and have been wanting to work with Kundalini again. And I recently, so seeing my twin on Thursday opened doorways for him and me. It totally catapulted him in higher frequency, and it catapulted me in higher frequency yet again. So on Saturday, let's just say he had a Kundalini awakening. I really want human confirmation that he felt what I felt, but I also know he's going through his, after seeing me, he goes through all this stuff of internal his head. Head gets in the way. I've mentioned he's a lawyer. He's always in his head, but that's not the reason. It's because he gets into fear and all this stuff kicks up for him. But on Saturday, I was guided to do this meditation, and I got to tell you, the Kundalini rose. It rose inside of me. I was doing this to help him, and it came through me. My whole body started to shake, like literally shake. And I'm going to just say this, I orgasmed every chakra level. The Kundalini rose, but it was him that it was rising in, but I was physically feeling it because together we are one. And I don't have I want to paint, and I've painted many things about me and my twin, but I want to paint this amazing image of the Kundalini that rose between us. I went online to look for a painting or picture that kind of resembled it. I didn't find it, just so you know. No one captured what I saw while this was happening. So that was really profound and incredible and amazing. So when I did that, the Kundalini rising piece, oh my God, it was so empowering for me and overwhelming. I cried again. um, but tears of joy and elation. And I really, if he didn't feel it, I don't know. I don't know where this man is. I don't know what is going on with him, because he had to feel this. And what's interesting is during that session, I'll call it a session because I was going to do work on him, and I did work on him, but then he merged with me and we started working together to raise this kundalini, and it was so powerful. I don't even think I could give you the words of what happened, because let's just say it was orgasmic, because I did orgasm several times as I moved the energy up through mine and his chakras. We moved it all the way up and out our third eye. That's where Kundalini comes out from. And it was, oh, so incredible. And during so here's an interesting thing is I know this happened. I just want human confirmation from him. I don't think he's gonna say, "Oh, by the way, my kundalini rose, honey." I don't think he'll say that. But he might tell me, "Oh my God, I felt you." I don't know, but I'm praying that at some point he will call me soon. Usually after we see each other, it's a few days or a week, sometimes longer, because he's digesting and experiencing things. But what was amazing about it is that he had all these during that he had all these things coming at him, attacking him and attacking me. And so during it I kept putting shields around us, and I kept working with high beings. Obviously I didn't do this alone. I had so much high being energy working around us, protecting us as we were doing this, because during it I was getting, "Oh, he's calling you." I was getting the feeling, "Oh, he's calling you right now," and then my ear would get on fire. So my ear on fire means he's connecting to me, he's thinking about me, he's really thinking about me. Like it gets on fire to a place where like one ear is just normal, and then this one gets really red. My right ear will get really red, and people who are sitting with me like, "Wow, your ear is really red," or "Your hair is moving." That's him. So I started feeling that. So that told me he is feeling me. But then I would get, "Oh, he's calling me. You need to go look." And I but what's cool is I stayed in my power and was like, "No, no, I need to do this. This needs to happen. We need to focus. I need to do this." Because I knew if I stopped, I don't know that I get back into that energy. And what was funny, in my head, I said, "You know what? Even if I miss his call, this is far more important than speaking to him right at this moment." And when I came out of my thing, hours later, he wasn't calling me. He didn't email me. He did feel me. My ear was on fire. That I know is our connection. Um, but he didn't do that. That was actually dark energy trying to prevent me from helping him raise his kundalini. Holy crap. He turned a corner. He stepped into his power, and he's got the will to move forward on this journey with me. It's coming in him now. And in using that energy and the kundalini to raise that through him, that is empowering him even more, empowering us as a couple. So if I stopped it, I would have prevented us from anything future. This energy is so powerful. And I don't know. I'm ecstatic. I feel it in my body as I speak about it. So I know it's lingering within him. So that was Saturday afternoon, and a couple hours, it was like 2.5 hours. And I only had about an hour before my meditation class. And it was really crazy because I tried to ground. Well, actually, after the Kundalini work, after it came up and all those orgasms, I went. I heard lay down, so I went to lay on the floor. Mind you, I was doing this in my treatment room where I work with my clients. This never happens to me, so I laid on the ground and I was like guided to like, no, go on your table. So my table's highly energetic. I have a crystal grid underneath it, but it's so energetic from all the work I do there. So when I lay down there, I usually vibrate anyway. My energy vibrates. So I went and I laid on the table, and they placed both my twin and myself inside a acceleration and integration chamber. And this is something I do with my energy body upgrades, but they placed us in there and we laid there for another, I don't know how long, and it just continued to move the energy through us. And I opened our cosmic portal so the cosmic energy could flow freely, and I opened my our earth portal so the earth energy could flow freely as well. And I was letting it just kind of ride through us for, I don't even know how long I was there, because again, I didn't look at a clock, I didn't pay attention to anything, but I laid on the table and allowed that to happen. And the frequency was so strong, but then my human self was like, you have a class coming, you need to get off the table, you don't know what time it is, and you need to eat dinner and blah blah blah. Well, I got off the table and it was like, I only have an hour, not even an hour. I think it was like 45 minutes before people would arrive. So I had to stop, and oh my God, it was like amazing. So we're at about 27 minutes right now. So I'm going to stop this video and call this part one. And I'm going to record part two because something happened last night that is really imperative to this timeline stuff with the Lions Gate. So love you. Namaste. I'll be back in a few minutes, but I actually need to run and get some water and come right back.